and welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to work in charcoals. My brother for Christmas got me some art supplies. We've got a sketchbook, 100 sheets of 9x12, which is normally a little bigger than I would work with, but not by too much. It is 68 pounds, which is just the weight of the paper, and it's by a brand that I've never heard of. I think it's pronounced Fuchsi. And then we've got some tortillons or blending stumps, however you say it. I think technically these are tortillons with the open end, and the double-ended ones are blending cubes, not 100% sure. And then the sandpaper to clean them. But it seems like a no-name brand, which is fine. They kind of all work the same, but just, I was saying in case that you wanted to get them. These were found on Amazon. He also sent me this from Amazon. We won't be using oil pastels today, but I am very excited and wanted to shout out my brother a little bit and thank him for my Christmas gifts. And you can see this in a video eventually. I don't know when I'm going to do this on my channel, but I'll definitely be using oil pastels on my channel eventually. I already did a preliminary sketch. And it's very light for the most part. It looks like you might be able to see at least some of it. This picture was originally taken by my best friend. Last year we had what we in Tennessee have deemed Snowmageddon. And near his apartment complex there is this farm, and he snuck this picture real quick. Shout out to Scotty. You're the man. But we're going to be working in charcoals today. So if you have not used charcoals before, or haven't used store-bought at least, there are different kinds of charcoals. So the different kinds are going to be the different weights. So you've got light, medium, and dark. And then we've also got white, which I think is honestly technically a pastel, but they work with charcoals. They're sold by charcoal brands. It's the same brand. It says tinted charcoal. Same difference, you know? Dark is typically going to be your hardest piece. And so what I'm just going to do is pop in all of the really heavy line work. And I don't know why I started on this side. I'm a righty, I shouldn't have. So let's hop over here. I'm gonna use medium to start with over here, because we just got a bunch of big, bushy trees. And then up to here, it's kind of just lines. Which is very similar to over here, to be honest with you. And I'm just gonna do a preliminary, just overall of each section with light, and then if I need to darken it, I'll darken it. All I'm really doing here is just kind of going in and insinuating trees. I don't want it to be the main focus here. And then we'll break these out. I can't say they're not well packaged. And just blend away. And we will go in with medium. And we're just building up darker parts right here. so that's background, not focused on it. Same with over here. And I do want some darker bits in this. So I've had a little Clover snuggle break. For those of you who don't know, Clover is my dog. She is a very sweet one at that. So she was being needy and I wanted to give her a little bit of love. So that's what we did. And I'm just going to continue working on the background over here. There's quite a bit of snow on this tree, so we are going to be going back over it with the white, but for now, I'm just going to leave a little bit of space on this side for it. And to clean it without fully cleaning it, my little lazy trick is to just take a sticky note or a scrap piece of paper and just kind of scribble the color off of it on it. And then you still have a little bit of color on the tortillon, but not super tough. So a lot of charcoal is just kind of placing color down in the right spot and then blending the absolute bejesus out of it, which is what makes it so fun. But I miss color already. I love color. Next video is gonna have to be real colorful. And then instead of going really hard to add snow or light color, I'm just gonna blend in a little bit of the white to lighten it. And I do really like these tortillons. Again, you get one and you kind of have them all. They're not really brand specific per se, but they are also something that I needed and just never end up getting for myself for whatever reason. I just never end up getting around to it. So, it was a very good gift if you're watching, Danny. I'm gonna break out the sandpaper block. The top on new ones is always going to be just a regular piece of paper. So the goal is to separate that and peel it. And I am finding this to be a struggle. I'm gonna just take a mechanical pencil. Try and get a little bit of a lip. Apparently this is easier. I wonder if it's because of the temperature or this one was just made differently. Alright, let's try a different side. There we go. That was simple. And then all you do is just drag it. And all it's doing is slowly sanding off that layer. And that's what keeps it sharp and clean. And then when this part gets dirty, fully dirty, you just do the same thing I did with the paper and you just peel off that layer. For a couple of small spots where I just need a light dusting, but I want it to be even, it's in an olive jar, but this is just charcoal that I ground up from my fire pit outside. It's like an abyss. And then I just cleaned this off, but it's okay. Just dip it in, tap it off, and it'll be very smooth. I think I'm also going to do the same thing with the sky. And a little tip, especially if you don't have the blending stumps, you can also blend with your fingers. It's not going to be as even. My finger's gonna turn black, obviously. But I'm just kind of trying to gradient down. And I do want to lighten this. So I'm just gonna go in with my kneaded eraser. I guess this side's just gonna be darker. That's okay. It's my fault. I just can't seem to get this tree to look how I want it, so we're gonna leave it at that. If I go back to it, I go back to it. And I'm not gonna put that pressure on myself either. just pop in that one little house over here. That was bold. Probably shouldn't have done that in the dark. And then wide side of a big one. So I did drop my medium and I decided to be lazy, and instead of finding it, Clover, really? Instead of finding it, I just grabbed one of my spares. So if the pencil that I'm working with looks a little different, that's why. Simple as that. For this one, since even though this is closer, I should have started with this one. I will add more detail to this. Even though this is a little bit blurrier, this is kind of the focus of the image. So I'm just gonna keep this pencil super sharp, and I'm going in with the darkest one instead of building up this time. And I am going to just carefully draw around the snow. So I goofed up a little bit. I forgot to even put my phone, which is what I use to record, up in the holster to record. But the only thing that's really changed is that I have done a little bit more in the section that I had previously started. I took a little break, plugged my phone in because it needed it, and then just kind of went back to work. But yeah, that's about all I did, and then added a little bit of shadow on the hill. I'm just gonna keep going with what I was doing now. Oh lordy. So if you can notice, there's a little smudge here that it's just not coming off. We're just gonna make that another little snowdrift. And then lighten it with kneaded eraser. There we go. And then up behind this hill, we have some more foliage. Down here, we have something sticking out. Who knows what? With what I think is a little grass stalk, or maybe agave. We do have that kind of plant here, and it kind of weeds out here because the seeds will spread everywhere. And And then we will smudge the bejesus out of that. Well, maybe not the bejesus. Lightly smudge the bejesus. As usual, never forget to sign your piece. Did not want to do it that hard, but I had to clean up my lines. There are parts that I wish I had been able to do a little bit better, but like this tree, for instance. I still hate this tree, but I'm not bothering with it right now, honestly. I think I should have done the same thing I did with this one and just left white spots, but I didn't do it, so it's fine. Anyway, if you guys liked this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any recommendations to any content you want to see, don't forget to leave a comment and let me know. I do not know what you want unless you tell me. And don't forget to stay artsy. Bye-bye.